Psilocybe cubensis, Paneolus cyanescens, Ochra coecentra. Those words could be a trip. But did you know about their ability to not only rewire neural pathways in your brain to alleviate problematic mental conditions, but also the crucial role these fungi played in the development of early humanity? Fungi has played many roles and served many purposes in society. Firstly, I'm going to touch on its effects on early humanity. Then we will venture into the present clinical uses of these fungi. And finally, we'll close this out by speaking about the legality surrounding these psychedelic mushrooms. Terence McKenna was an ethnobotanist, a lecturer, a renowned author, and a practicing shaman. He was also a spokesperson and activist for the psychedelic community. McKenna first proposed the stoned ape theory, science insights. McKenna's hypothesis centers on a simple scenario. As early human ancestors moved out of shrinking forests and onto the grasslands of Africa, they began following herds of cattle, another large herbivore for food and hides. Psilocybin mushrooms grow readily in animal dung, meaning these early humans would have encountered them regularly as a food source. McKenna argued that eating these mushrooms over thousands of generations didn't just produce temporary hallucinations, it fundamentally reshaped the human mind. Psilocybin directly affected humanity's adaptation to their environment by giving heightened visual acuities, participate as a group with shared intention and goals, and enhance their abilities to thrive in highly social cooperative communities. This expanded the social core through cultural innovation, teaching, and even language. Now that we know about the important roles magic mushrooms played in the advancement of humanity, next we'll investigate the current day clinical uses of fungi. PMC. Psilocybin-assisted therapy may reduce symptoms of depression, anxiety, and AUD. Current findings are limited due to small sample sizes, expectancy effects, inconsistent dosing, and legal barriers. We're seeing overall improvements in veterans and emergency service members dealing with PTSD. But why does this happen? How does this work? Psilocybin affects the serotonin 5-HT2A receptor. The interesting thing is it doesn't partially affect them, it completely affects them. Medicines try to mimic natural compounds in our body, while psilocybin fits these receptors perfectly, just like a key to unlock neural signaling and disrupt original thought patterns. This affects the default mode network that in conditions like depression and anxiety is operating at a higher than average level. Psilocybin changes a person's aspects in decision making, their social behavior, opens up personality, and heightens visual acuity. Now that we understand the present day uses of psilocybin, let's get into legal matters. Legal clarity. Cultivating psilocybin is legal under federal law and in most states, with penalties varying widely depending on jurisdiction, quantity, and whether the offense is charged as a felony or misdemeanor. Under the Controlled Substance Act, psilocybin is a Schedule 1. The U.S. sentencing guidelines for distribution of psilocybin are severe, but cultivation is often prosecuted under similar drug quantity and history factors. Sentences can range from several years to decades. Today we talked about the ever-expanding and immersive world of magical mushrooms. We discussed the important impact they had on our origins. Then we learned how these fungi are continuing to benefit our society. And finally, we touched base on the barriers and risks revolving around this important part of nature. I hope next time you run into a mycologist, you not only notice how much of a fungi they might be, but have respect for not only the important role they're playing, but the personal risks to their freedom and future they are enduring. Thank you.